Okay, so now we have all the documents that we need in our room, and it's time to fill them out. Uh, in today's session, I'm not going to get into the content of these documents at all. We're only focused on Lone Wolf, but you'll probably have some questions as you're going through this. As you have questions, some resources that you have, first of all, you always can reach out to your coach. That's always a great place to go. There are also some videos on the Life at KWCP website under this contract tutorials link. You might find something there. Some people use chat, go to Google, talk to your coach, as you're running into questions. So here's how I'll do this. I've got all the documents that I need for my offer here. I'm going to just start at the top and start filling them out. I open up the document, and as I go through, I'm going to type in all of the spots where I need something. If I need to check boxes, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So you fill out each form completely before we get to the point where we send it for signature. Once you get to the place where we're sending this for signature, you're not going to be able to upload it. So take your time and fill things out completely. As you fill in each form, when you're done filling the form, click Save and then click Back to get back to the transaction. Okay, once the documents are all filled out, now we're ready to send them for signature. To do this, I'm going to select the documents that I want to have included in my offer. So it might not include everything that's in this transaction. You need to use your checklist to carefully figure out which documents you'll need. Once you've selected them, I'm going to then click Sign on this toolbar. I'll choose a signing name. This is the name that your client will see. So it's best not to have it be just the name of the first form that was selected, and I click Create. It will take a second to get to the next screen, but on the next screen, we're going to first be able to choose who is signing. We'll be able to choose the order of the documents that we have and add more if we need to, and then we'll be able to add signatures. Okay, my screen is coming up. Gotta wait for it. All right. On the right side of the screen, we're going to do these in order. We're going to start with signers. And I'm going to click Add Participants and Add from Transaction. So in my case, the only participants are one buyer and me as the agent. You might have two or three buyers. That's fine. Then all of these names would be listed there. And I'll click Select. Okay. I'm going to let it assign the signature blocks. All right, so there are my two signers. I have Bugs Bunny in yellow and me in blue. Next, I will choose the documents that I'm using. This is the great place to reorder things. If you've noticed something about the order that you want to change them, you can just drag them into any order you like. If you've forgotten something, you can click Add a document to get it later. And now I'll click Tools to get on to the next piece because this is where I add signatures. You're going to find that sometimes the signatures will be there already. Okay, so for example, if I scroll down here, I can see inspection contingency. I have both inspections addenda attached and inspections addenda declined. My client should only be signing one of these options. We're not going to sign both of them. So you've got a choice to make here. My personal preference is I actually delete the initial. So I clicked it. I'm just hitting the delete key on my keyboard. I delete the ones that I don't want them to sign. If we have already met and discussed what they're doing and we know they are doing inspections, my personal preference is to just delete this one. You don't have to do it that way. When your client is signing, they're going to have an option of accepting or declining each of these things. I just find that many clients aren't reading what they're signing, and so I just like to make it easier. If your client signs in the wrong spot, you are going to have to go through the entire contract yourself, and that's why that's so important. Okay, this property is not on OL, so I'm getting rid of those. Okay, my buyer needs to sign those. Those are correct. I'm going to keep scrolling down, see what else I need. Again, pretend I already filled it out. It already has a signature for Bugs right here, so we are good. And so on. I'm going to keep scrolling through the document. and seeing if all the signatures are in the right place. Okay, now when you get to the disclosures, there will never be signatures there already because this is just a PDF that you downloaded. Okay, I don't need to sign. Oh, I do need to sign consent for dual agency because it's with the same brokerage. Okay, so I'm going to have to include my consent for dual agency form. Inclusions of disclosure of inclusions and exclusions. My buyer needs to sign here. So I'm going to go to where the signature is, where it says sign here, and I'm dragging it to where the buyer signature should go. And it's already going to put a date next to it. So that's all I've got to do. Scrolling to the next page. Again, I need a buyer signature and the agent signature. So let's do that. I'm going to get the buyer signature here. Now I need my agent signature. I'm going to click where it has my buyer's name, choose me as an agent, and have me sign. Lone Wolf has each signer in a different color to help you keep things straight. If you needed an initial, you could drag that over. You can do some markup, like if you needed to cross something off. So there's lots you can do. In the interest of time, I'm not going to go through this whole document. So let's just pretend that was it. And I did everything. I'm going to click next and send. Okay, now this was a fake email address, so it's not going to actually work. All right, so in the next video, I'm going to show you how to download documents and send them in a PDF. I'm going to use another transaction since this one